Hey guys, so today we are going to do another comic book haul as I realize that the comics are out of my reach. There we go. Um, I have a couple things from last week's as far as just regular Wednesday pickups, and then I remembered last night that it is Labor Day. Is it Labor Day? Memorial Day? I'm bad with holidays, especially the non-Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween ones. Um, so, but I realized there was a sale at my local comic book store, so I also went over there. Um, Initially, honestly, to look at cards because there were a couple cards I wanted to pick up for a deck I was making, and I guess I should have gone yesterday because the card I remembered being there was not there when I got to the store around 2. Um, but anyways, I did get some stuff. So as far as just the regular weekly pickups, first we have Superman number 29. This is the Legion, of Darkseid number 2. Um, I like I said, I've been picking up Superman here and there because it felt like they were pushing it with the Superman movie, and I wanted to give a couple titles a chance. Superman Unlimited. What's it called? Unlimited? Yeah. By Dan Slott. Unfortunately, I just did not like it. So, when I saw that the main Superman title was going to have a Legion of Superheroes story, I decided to pick that up. So, part 2 of that, I might try to sit down and read that today just to see if I want to continue with it. It's always kind of hit or miss. We have Hellboy and the BBRD. The Professor Harvey is gone. I think this is just a one-shot from the looks of it. I flipped through, and it looked like there was a definitive, just end. So I think either the week before this or maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a issue of Hellboy in Love, which I forgot to pick up, and then when I went back, they were sold out. So I just kind of let that one go. I remember liking the first series, but then it's like I don't think I got all of it, or it ended early something, because I remember like the story didn't feel done, but then no more issues came out, so I don't know. We have Absolute Wonder Woman number 11. Really just started picking this up because one of the covers was freaking sweet, and there was a new storyline starting up with a labyrinth and a minotaur, so I figured, okay, well, I backtracked one issue to get the issue before, and I figured I'll see this story through and just see what it's all about. Since I've been liking the main line Wonder Woman, this Wonder Woman certainly seems more, combat oriented. She's got Cloud sword and tattoos, and she looks more ready to go. So we'll see how this is. I've been picking up a lot of the variant covers just because I figure if I'm not buying too much stuff, I might as well spring for the extra buck to get a cool cover. So this is a variant for Wonder Woman. They had a few variants for Superman, but I just like this, like one where he's sitting in front of the Legion's grave here. I thought that was, honestly, out of the covers, that one looked like the best one to begin with. We have the final issue of Robin and Batman. Jason Todd picked this one up mostly for Nguyen's artwork because I've always liked it, and we'll see how they wrap it up because it's 3 issues. It's a rather short little series, but it has been entertaining. You see Batman because Jason Todd was never, he's not as happy and outgoing as Dick, and he's not as, I don't know, detective-y and slow-moving maybe as Tim. He's more of a hothead, street kid. So, you get to see that dynamic because this is only the second time Bruce has had a Robin, and he honestly probably got into it a little too quick with this kid. Let's see, we have Crypto number 3. I don't know how long this series is going, but at the same time, this cover was adorable with the, happy Crypto flying in front of Superman. So I figured I'd pick it up. Last issue was him basically escaping Lex Luthor's house and showing that he has more morals than Lex Luthor, which, not hard, but still, character building, I guess, for the dog. But I liked this cover, so I picked that one up. And then I almost left when I noticed they had Imperial number 3. So I picked that up. I'm always up for Jonathan Hickman, though I do kind of feel like this event has been, I don't know, like, doesn't feel like it's special in the overall, like, Marvel publishing scheme. I don't know. I know this week they had a couple, like, spin-off. I think they had a Thor, or not a Thor, a Hulk one, maybe She-Hulk, and there was one other, because I remember seeing the 2 covers, but neither of them was Jonathan Hickman writing, so I left him alone. I don't need it. And then last but not least, for the modern day comics, I have Wonder Woman 24 by Tom King. I've really been loving this series. I'm about halfway through it right now. So I think I just finished issue 10 or 11. I really loved Tom King's run on Batman. I thought the whole run was spectacular. So hoping he does the same thing with Wonder Woman. And this cover's just, Wonder Woman's, if you get a good artist, she's always going to be gorgeous. But I thought they did a really nice job on the coloring and it's just, it's got this bold outline and then, like, the fainter details. It's almost like a really well done, like, sticker tattoo. So got that variant cover. I don't know who DNA is, but I saw his name on a few different variant covers recently. Was that the guy that... I don't think that's the guy that was doing those covers a few years ago with, like, Supergirl, right? I think it's somebody else. Anyways, as I said, the comic book store was having a sale, and the back issue bins were half off. So I went looking through, and I felt like getting some Iron Man recently. My son's been watching the new Iron Man show on Disney Plus, so he's all about Iron Man. And I don't think I have too many Iron Man back issues. Like, I have the famous one where he's, like, looking in the mirror with a bottle of gin on the cover. And I have a few around that time period, but I don't have I don't know, for the stuff I inherited from my uncle, his comic book collection didn't have a huge amount of Iron Man stuff, so I figured I'd go, digging through. So these were each $5 originally, so $2.50 each, cheaper than current comics. This one especially was like, look at that. Iron Man fighting Hulk under the water. Like, this just looks cool. This is like the perfect time period for me, like late 70s, early 80s. For some reason, that's like my nostalgia bait, even though I wasn't alive. But, it's the stuff I first saw when I saw comic books. This Marvel Comics group and the little prize tag sticker in the front. So, plus I just love this version of the Iron Man suit, like the Secret Wars action figures when I was growing up. That was the whoops. Okay, we're just going nuts here. There we go. Apologies. um, this was the suit that he wore in that Secret Wars action figure. So, like I have a what do they call the vinyl statue in my display case over in this direction, but it's like it's almost this suit, but it's where he has the little two, like almost like horn like things coming up on here, where instead of rounded, it's almost like poking up. I don't know how to describe it, but I love this suit. So pop lighting artwork, and then this one. I won't lie, this one's pretty banged up, but it was the next one in the line, so it's now he's beaten the Hulk, but at what cost? Um, so had to pick it up, even though it was, this one's got some pieces. I mean, look how clean this one's clean as hell. Honestly, so is this one. This one, it's like the cover's like mislined and there's rips out of it, but I don't know. Maybe it was an important issue. Maybe that's why it's more. Heck, the cover isn't even like it's kind of cut off on the top. Pretty beat up. Back to the super clean covers. We have Iron Man facing off against a whole bunch of lasers. Just super clean, cool artwork, honestly. We have, let's see, Iron Man versus Titanium Man. It's amazing how many different guys made armor after Tony, right? Like all of a sudden everybody had armor. On the Lego Avengers game, we just unlocked Crimson Dynamo, and my son was excited because it's it looks like Iron Man, so another Iron Man looking character for his collection. And then let's see, we have 136. I'm trying to get the comic so it's resting better in the bag here. Endotherm. What a weird name for a villain, Endotherm. I mean, I get he's got something to do with, the thermostat, it looks like. And then, let's see, I skipped a couple issues because they just looked familiar, like I owned them. So, next one I picked up was number 137. I don't know what that is. I guess that's the top of the satellite dish and he's holding it up. Guys are trying to stay on it. And the last one I picked up, 142, just because it looks so awesome, is the Iron Man Space Armor. See, the Golden Avengers all new armor designed for outer space action. And it's like totally 80s, but at the same time, it's like really cool. Because he has no. I mean, look, he's still got eye slits, so I don't know how that's working. But I guess he got to take the mouth slit off because that would let in space, but these eye slits, no, they won't let space in. It's okay. We should be okay. So that was it for the comics. I hope you guys enjoyed. I only spent like $20 on all 8 of these because they were literally, it was just a row of $5 each Iron Mans, and I just boom 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 boom. The sale runs tomorrow and the day after also, so I don't know. There's like 3 locations for my local comic book store there. They have a pretty good thing mostly, you know. Not for cards and stuff so much, but for comics, they're honestly about the only game in town. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I'll swing by a different location tomorrow and just take a peek, but not go crazy. If I do, we'll take a look. But you know, I for sure scratched the Iron Man itch today. Pretty decently, honestly, I would say for $20. You know, to get 8 issues and most of them are in a row. You know, I think that's pretty good. Especially like this one's. I would frame this. That's just awesome. So that was it, guys. I will see you on the next video.